Imagine waking up one day to find that everything you once believed was essential to your happiness was in fact holding you back. What if I told you that the secret to a more fulfilling life isn't about adding more to it, but instead about quietly removing the weights that drag you down? This isn't just a thought experiment, it's a reality for many who have discovered that less can indeed be more. Today, we're diving deep into the art of letting go, of cutting out the noise and clutter clouding our minds and lives. Together, we'll explore not just the act of removal, but the profound impact it has on our well-being, relationships, and journey towards a life that's truly our own. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, stuck, or just curious about what lies beyond the relentless pursuit of more, then you're in the right place. Stick with me, and let's uncover the unexpected freedom in choosing to let go. When someone hurts us, our instinct might be to retaliate, to dive into a sea of explanations, or seek justice by making them understand the depth of their wrongdoing. But Stoicism invites us to question this impulse. It asks, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then it guides us to redirect our energy toward what we can indeed control: our thoughts, our emotions, and our subsequent actions. Imagine this. Someone has wronged you, and you feel that familiar churn of anger and hurt. In that moment, you have a choice. You could confront the person, armed with grievances, or you could pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, will this bring me peace? Is this truly worth my energy? Stoicism teaches us that often the answer is no. This doesn't mean that what was done to you was okay. It means you choose not to let it dictate your emotional state. You choose tranquility over turmoil, growth over grudges. This isn't about passivity or suppression of feelings. On the contrary, it's about actively engaging with your inner world, acknowledging your emotions without letting them control you. It's recognizing that seeking explanations or confrontations rarely changes the past, but can significantly affect your present peace and future growth. By focusing on our own path forward, we embody the Stoic virtue of emotional resilience. This resilience isn't a cold detachment, but a warm embrace of our ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. It's understanding that our worth and peace aren't tethered to the actions or opinions of others, but are found within our own reason and choices. So when faced with hurt, we have an opportunity to practice Stoicism by asking ourselves, what is within my power? It's 2. Aligning goals with our true nature. We can't control others, but we can control our response, our mindset, and the direction we choose to move in. This shift in perspective doesn't just free us from unnecessary stress, it also aligns us with a life of purpose, where our energy is invested in what truly matters: our growth, our peace, and our journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves. In embracing Stoicism, we find strength in tranquility and power in rational action. We learn that the most profound victories are won not on the battlegrounds of external conflict, but within the quiet realms of our own minds. Let's carry this wisdom forward, choosing paths that lead us to serenity, growth, and a deeper understanding of what it means to live well. Letting go of unnecessary goals isn't about diminishing ambition or ceasing to strive for excellence. Far from it. It's about honing our ambition, sharpening it with the whetstone of wisdom, so that we chase not just any goal, but the right goals, the ones that truly matter to us. It's about aligning our pursuits with our deepest values and ensuring that our actions reflect the essence of who we truly are. This concept of living in accordance with nature is central to Stoicism. Here, nature isn't just the physical world around us, but our inner nature, the core of our being. When we align our goals with this inner nature, we find a harmony that is both rare and deeply fulfilling. It's like fitting the last piece into a puzzle. Everything just clicks into place. Practicing discernment is key here. It requires us to pause, reflect, and ask ourselves tough questions. Is this goal truly mine, or is it one I've adopted from someone else? Does pursuing this make me more of who I am, or does it lead me away from my true self? These questions aren't always comfortable, but they're necessary for growth and authenticity. By focusing on what truly enriches our lives, we embrace the Stoic virtue of wisdom. This wisdom isn't just about knowledge for its own sake. It's about practical wisdom, or phronesis, as the Greeks called it. It's the kind of wisdom that helps us navigate life, make better decisions, and ultimately live in a way that brings us closer to eudaimonia, or flourishing. 3. Navigating relationship endings. Embracing the Stoic virtue means making choices that aren't just good on the surface, but deeply good. Good for our souls, for our development, and for our peace of mind. It's about creating a life rich, not in material possessions or accolades, but in meaning, purpose, and joy. In essence, letting go of unnecessary goals allows us to make room for what truly matters. It's a process of clearing the clutter, both externally and internally, to reveal a path that leads us not just to conventional success, but to a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. It's a journey of coming home to ourselves, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, and it's a journey well worth taking. So as we continue to navigate the waters of life, let's choose our goals with wisdom, align them with our true nature, and walk the path that leads to genuine fulfillment. At its heart, Stoicism teaches us about the importance of controlling our impulses, a lesson that couldn't be more relevant when faced with the emotional upheaval of a relationship's end. It's natural to want to vent, seek solace in friends' empathy, or even lash out in pain. However, Stoicism invites us to take a step back and ask ourselves, will sharing these details bring peace, or will it only serve to prolong the pain and disrupt my inner tranquility? The philosophy encourages us to safeguard our inner peace, a sanctuary easily disturbed by external events and our reactions to them. This isn't to say that Stoicism advocates bottling up emotions or facing struggles in isolation. Far from it. Stoicism recognizes the value of emotional expression and the healing that comes from acknowledging our feelings. However, it differentiates between constructive sharing that aids healing and indiscriminate divulgence that can lead to regret and further complications. It's about finding that delicate balance where we can honor our emotions and the lessons from the relationship without descending into gossip or unnecessary revelations. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us about the virtue of discretion in protecting not just our dignity, but also that of others involved. In the aftermath of a relationship, it's easy to forget that there were shared moments of vulnerability and trust which deserve to be treated with respect even in separation. By choosing discretion, we practice respect and compassion, virtues highly regarded in Stoic thought. This approach to handling the end of relationships underscores another Stoic principle: the differentiation between what is within our control and what isn't. While we can't control others' actions or the outcomes of situations, we can control our responses. In choosing dignity, discretion, and the protection of our inner peace, we align our actions with what's within our realm of control, embodying the Stoic ideal of focusing on our own actions and attitudes. Embracing this Stoic guidance doesn't just help us navigate the end of relationships more gracefully, it aids in our growth and development. It allows us to emerge from painful experiences not with bitterness, but with wisdom, not with resentment, but with a deeper understanding of ourselves and the values we hold dear. It teaches us that even in loss, there's an opportunity for growth and for practicing virtues that enrich our character. (4) Transforming conflict with Stoic principles. Stoicism presents us with a transformative perspective. Instead of being swept away by the initial surge of anger or frustration that disagreements often provoke, we're encouraged to view these emotions through a lens of curiosity and control. It's a profound shift from reaction to action. Imagine the energy that surges through you in moments of conflict. Stoicism doesn't suggest we suppress this energy. Instead, it teaches us to redirect it, much like redirecting a river's course. This energy then becomes a resource, fueling endeavors that enrich and elevate us, whether in personal projects, self-improvement, or simply deepening our understanding and patience. Consider the last time you found yourself in the throes of a disagreement. The instinctive reaction is often to push back with equal force, letting anger or frustration dictate our words and actions. But Stoicism invites us to pause and ask, what good will this do? It's in this pause, this breath between impulse and action, that we find our power, the power to choose. And with this choice comes the possibility of turning a potentially destructive energy into something constructive and growth-oriented. This approach doesn't mean that we become passive or that our emotions are invalid. Far from it. Stoicism acknowledges the full spectrum of human emotions. It simply advocates for a deeper understanding of these emotions, encouraging us to question their origin, their purpose, and most importantly, how they can serve us in a positive way. By doing so, we maintain not just our composure, but our integrity. We stand firm, not as emotionless statues, but as individuals deeply in tune with the ebb and flow of our inner worlds, navigating life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Moreover, this Stoic practice of redirecting emotional energy helps us cultivate resilience and a sense of inner peace that is not easily disturbed by external circumstances. It fosters an environment where our spirit remains unshaken, not because we are untouched by the world, but because we've mastered the art of internal balance. We learn to view disagreements not as threats, but as opportunities to practice patience, empathy, and perhaps even to learn something new about ourselves or others. Embracing Stoicism in moments of tension and disagreement also enriches our relationships. It allows us to approach conflicts with a mindset geared towards resolution and understanding, rather than conquest. We become architects of bridges, not walls, within our interactions. It's a testament to the strength and flexibility of Stoic principles when applied to personal relations and self-growth. 5. Avoiding gossip and judgment. Moving forward, let's address the trap of gossip and negative judgment. A trap so easy to fall into, yet so contrary to the growth and harmony we seek in our lives. Stoicism, ever our guide through the tumult of human interactions, offers a perspective that not only elevates our personal character, but also enhances the quality of our relationships and communities. Consider the nature of gossip for a moment. It's often a momentary thrill, a way to bond over shared disapproval or curiosity. Yet what does it truly yield? 6. The futility of comparison. Stoicism prompts us to reflect on the impermanence and superficiality of such exchanges. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor and philosopher, encouraged us to focus on our own actions and the goodness within us rather than succumbing to the distraction of others' faults. Gossip, at its core, distracts us from this introspective and constructive focus. It's a detour away from self-improvement and towards a marshland of negativity that saps our energy and diverts us from our higher pursuits. Engaging in negative judgment similarly places us in a position of presumed superiority, where we assume the role of the arbiter of right and wrong. Yet Stoicism teaches us the humility of recognizing our own fallibility and the shared human propensity towards error. By refraining from casting judgment, we acknowledge the complexity of human behavior and the myriad factors that influence actions. This isn't to say we turn a blind eye to wrongdoing, but rather that we approach such situations with a mindset geared toward understanding, growth, and, where possible, guidance rather than condemnation. When we align our actions with Stoic principles of virtue and integrity, we create a ripple effect. Each decision to abstain from gossip, each moment we choose not to pass judgment, strengthens our character and sets a standard for those around us. It's a practice of leading by example, embodying the virtues we wish to see in the world. This alignment is not passive. It's a dynamic engagement with life that prioritizes constructive interaction and personal integrity over the fleeting satisfaction of gossip or the hollow superiority of judgment. Cultivating our character, according to Stoicism, is a lifelong journey, one that is enriched, not diminished, by extending respect and constructive engagement to others. It's about building, not tearing down. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue, to leave someone better than we found them, and to contribute to a community where gossip and negative judgment are replaced by support and understanding. The Stoic approach to gossip and judgment is a call to mindfulness in our daily interactions. It asks us to pause and consider the impact of our words and thoughts, not just on others, but on the fabric of our own character. It reminds us that true strength lies in restraint, that wisdom is often expressed in silence, and that integrity is built in the moments no one sees. Seeking inner approval in the digital age. The act of comparing ourselves to others is almost a reflex, wired into our social fabric. Yet as Stoicism teaches us, it's a path fraught with discontent. Think about it. Every moment spent eyeing someone else's journey is a moment turned away from our own. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, eloquently cautioned against allowing the noise of others' lives to distract us from our own inner voice and progress. This is not merely advice for personal tranquility, but a call to reclaim our power from the shadows of comparison. Stoicism doesn't just highlight the problem, it offers a practical solution. Focus on your own progress and virtues. This is a profound shift from seeking external validation to finding internal fulfillment. It's about acknowledging that the only journey we truly have any control over is our own. In this journey, the most meaningful benchmarks are those we set for ourselves based on our values, goals, and personal growth. Practicing gratitude for our own path is an essential component of this Stoic teaching. Gratitude anchors us in the present, allowing us to appreciate the richness of our lives here and now, rather than pining for someone else's. It's a celebration of our unique strengths, achievements, and even our struggles, for they are ours alone, shaping us into who we are meant to become. Living more in tune with Stoic teachings means celebrating our individual path. This isn't a call to isolation or self-absorption, but an invitation to a richer, more centered life. It's about recognizing that our true competition isn't the person next to us, but the person we were yesterday. Are we kinder, wiser, more compassionate? Are we moving closer to the person we aspire to be? These are the measures of progress that truly matter, the ones that fill our lives with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Moreover, this Stoic approach fosters a sense of community and mutual support. When we're not pitted against one another in an endless race of comparison, we can truly celebrate each other's successes. 8. Reflecting on Stoic wisdom for modern living. Stoicism shifts our perspective from competition to collaboration, from envy to empathy. In essence, it offers a pathway to liberation from the chains of comparison. It encourages us to delve into the richness of our own lives, to cultivate our virtues, and to embark on a journey of self-improvement measured not by the yardsticks of the world, but by the quiet progress we make each day. In our modern era, where the digital landscape often blurs the lines between reality and perception, Stoic teachings on seeking approval from within, rather than from the external world, resonate more profoundly than ever. Social media, with its endless stream of curated lives, can easily lead us down a path of comparison and relentless pursuit of external validation. Yet the Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer a guiding light through this maze, reminding us of the importance of anchoring our self-worth in something far more stable and enduring than the fluctuating opinions of others. Imagine for a moment the Stoic philosophers navigating the digital age, scrolling through their feeds. It's a curious thought, isn't it? Yet their approach would likely be one of mindful engagement, recognizing the utility of these platforms for connection and learning, but also being acutely aware of the pitfalls of overindulgence and the hunger for likes, shares, and follows as measures of worth. They would remind us that true approval, the kind that nourishes our soul and propels us toward genuine fulfillment, comes from within. It's the approval we grant ourselves when we live in accordance with our values, when we act with integrity, and when we embrace our authentic selves. This Stoic principle encourages us to take a step back and evaluate our engagement with social media and the broader digital world. Are we consuming content that enriches our lives, inspires us, and connects us to our values? Or are we caught in the whirlwind of comparison, envy, and the endless chase for validation through a screen? By asking ourselves these questions, we begin to recalibrate our relationship with digital platforms, steering them toward tools that serve us rather than diminish us. Limiting our exposure to digital distractions isn't about renouncing technology or disengaging from the world. Quite the opposite. It's about engaging with it more deeply, more authentically. It's about choosing to spend our time in ways that truly enrich our lives, cultivating real-world relationships, pursuing passions, and engaging in activities that reflect our true selves and aspirations. This doesn't mean we abandon social media, but rather approach it with intention and an understanding of its place in our lives. By focusing more on real-world interactions, we rediscover the richness of human connection. Conversations that linger, laughter shared in the same space, and the beauty of the world around us. These experiences ground us, reminding us of the joy and fulfillment found beyond the digital landscape. They encourage us to cultivate a life that mirrors our deepest values and aspirations. A life where our sense of worth is derived from our actions, our character, and our contributions to the world, rather than the fleeting approval of the digital crowd. The Stoics teach us that our power lies not in external validation, but in our internal state, in our ability to choose our focus, our values, and our actions. This wisdom, when applied to the realm of social media and the digital age, becomes a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of modern life. It invites us to live more deliberately, to choose connections and content that uplift and inspire, and to remember that the most valuable approval comes from living a life true to ourselves. As we draw this conversation to a close, I invite you to pause for a moment and truly reflect on the profound wisdom embedded in Stoic principles. It's fascinating, isn't it? How teachings from centuries ago can still hold such relevance and offer such clarity in our modern, often tumultuous lives. Stoicism, with its focus on virtue, resilience, and the power of internal control, isn't merely a philosophy to be studied. It's a practical toolkit, a companion for the journey of life that we're all navigating. Think about the spaces in your life cluttered with what no longer serves you, be it habits, thoughts, or even digital engagements that drain rather than enrich. Stoicism doesn't just highlight these areas. It offers us the tools to address them, to quietly remove the excess, and to focus on what truly matters. It teaches us the value of discernment, the strength found in emotional resilience, and the peace that comes from living a life aligned with our deepest values. As we move forward, I encourage you to carry these Stoic teachings with you, to see them not just as ancient texts or philosophical concepts, but as practical, actionable guidance for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Whether you're navigating difficult relationships, striving to maintain your integrity in the face of external pressures, or simply seeking a deeper sense of contentment in your daily life, Stoicism has insights that can illuminate your path. Applying Stoic principles to our lives means embracing the idea that, while we may not control the world around us, we hold immense power over our inner landscape. It's in this inner realm where true growth and fulfillment lie. By focusing on our own progress, practicing gratitude for our journey, and engaging with the world in a way that reflects our values, we cultivate a life of purpose and joy. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us the beauty of community and mutual support. reminding us that, while our journey is our own, we are also part of a larger tapestry of human experience. In sharing our struggles and victories, in offering empathy and understanding, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to the well-being of those around us. And now, if you're ready to dive deeper into the transformative power of Stoicism and how it can shape every facet of your life, I invite you to explore our playlist. Here, you'll find a treasure trove of insights, stories, and practical advice to guide you on your journey to living a more fulfilled, resilient, and meaningful life. Click on the playlist on the screen, and let's continue this journey together, exploring the timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life with grace, strength, and serenity.